Well, good morning, IED. I want to give you a couple tips on how to add and calculate some of the physical properties of your charm as you're working at finishing your product. You can see my charm in front of you. Just made a simple one, just the letter K for my last name. If you want to see what my charmed part actually looks like, I'll get that in a home view so you can kind of see. Basically, it's 2 by 2 with I put my little ring on the top that can extend beyond, but 2 by 2, and then I extruded it to 3/8 of an inch. Make sure as you're doing this you put fillets around the edges. It will print a whole lot clearer, cleaner, and it will probably wear a lot better too if you have some rounded edges. So I might even add a couple fillets to things like this corner right there to kind of make this whole thing neater. I'm not a big fan of having square edges on almost anything that I make, whether it's plastic or whether it's wood, just because of the wear and the sharpness of it. So that just kind of cleans it up a little bit. I don't mind the square edges in here. That'll make the case stand out a little bit better. Now, how do we get some of those physical properties? To do so, there's a tool that we use in the File menu. So if I go up to the File menu, there's a tool we use called iProperties. So if I just go up to File, and if I scroll down, you'll find a tool there called iProperties. Click on that, and that will pull up your device, hopefully. And I guess you'll have to make sure you have your material set first. And maybe I'll back up a step here. Set your material to ABS plastic. The density, the properties are very, very similar to PLA that we print within our 3D printer. Unfortunately, we don't have PLA as a material to choose from in Inventor currently. At a later date, we can create properties and create materials, but for what we're doing, this will be just fine. The properties, like I said, are very, very close. So if you pick the properties, your materials, you have the material menu up here, hit the drop down. There are many you can choose from. I just found this PC/ABS plastic, and that works just fine. There's all actually ABS plastic right up there. That's probably even better. So I've picked the material. Now I'd go to iProperties, File, iProperties, and then all I have to do is go to Physical. That'll give me the physical material properties of this, and I have to hit the update button because now it's what you see is just the density. Well, let's update that, and then what we want to look at is what's our mass. We've got 0.01 pound or pound mass. We've got the area. We want to know the volume. Make sure that's the key thing we want to look at is what's the volume of this thing. So you want to record these in your engineering notebook because you'll need to put these on your final working drawing for this. So go ahead and put those in your notebook. Then I'll go ahead and close this out, and you should have made a drawing sheet by now, and you'll have to create a notes section, much like I have here. The question is, how do I do that? Well, I'm going to delete mine to just show you how this works. It's pretty easy. You've been in the Place Views tool to get your views in. We've used Annotate, add our dimensions to it. In the Annotate section, there's also a text tool. Okay, text tool. So basically, I want my text. I just select that tool, and I want my text to be in this area. I'll just click on that. It gives me a little properties box here, and you can actually pull this right from the My PLTW as far as what you need. But what you need is notes. You need to have all dimensions in. Oops, if I can type in inches. You'll have to have material, and that is PLA plastic, and you have to have the density. You'll take that from what you learned in iProperties. You'll have to pull up your physical properties. And then we'll put in our volume. Make sure this is within your constraints, otherwise you'll have to modify something. And the mass, and then you'll take and enter those in there. And once you're done putting this in, you can doctor this up a little bit. If I want to put in my notes here, I can say that that's bold, and I might even italicize it. What are my physical properties? I might even say, let's boldface that and hit OK. And that shows up right down here. So that kind of takes care of that. You will fully dimension your drawing as you go. Okay. But that gives you an idea how to go about getting those bits of information. Again, you're back here, File, iProperties, Physical Properties, and then you'll have to hit the update, and you'll have that. There's all of your data again. You can work from that, key it in, and that'll help you determine whether you are within your constraints that were in the early part of the project. So that should give you an idea where to go, and look forward to seeing your charms and your work. And we'll get these 3D printed, and you can share them with your partner, or if you're working as a solo on this, you'll have a charm to put on your backpack. All right. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to seeing your work. See you soon, I hope.